Let's stay in Pretoria. Heightened security is expected in and around the High Court, where 5 men are on trial for the murder of Bafana Bafana captain Senzo Meyiwa. Proceedings were halted abruptly yesterday after police received intelligence about a group of individuals attending the trial with the alleged intention to harm officials working in this case. Police removed 3 people from the courtroom and took them in for questioning. A case of conspiracy to commit murder has now been registered. Watching that story is our senior reporter, Chriselda Lewis, who joins us now live outside court. And Chriselda, this is a case that has had its fair share of drama, and many people are saying this is just another page of the same book.
Well, it certainly is. It'll be very interesting to see this morning, Ayanda, how proceedings get underway. I just had a glimpse inside the court and just outside the door of the courtroom that is used for the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Not much in terms of a difference in terms of security, but we'll certainly be monitoring if there's any beefing up of security a little bit later on. And remember, given that that statement from the South African Police Service indicated that there was a belief on the part of SABC that there were individuals who were attending the court appearance with the intention to eliminate, that is the word that was used by the South African Police Service, some members of the prosecution team. You're likely possibly to see when you have the likes of Advocate George Baloyi, who is the state prosecutor, as well as Advocate Ronnie Sabanda, who was with him in this particular matter, and perhaps a little bit later on when the accused also arrive. We will monitor if there will be more security than there usually is. So we're just outside here at the moment, and usually at about, say, 9:20 or so, you would have some of the legal teams arriving. But of course, they arrive at different times. I really don't want to give off too much in terms of when they arrive, obviously now due to security reasons. But when they do arrive, in the past, they would be accompanied by court personnel or court security, perhaps on one occasion one, on another occasion two. But what we also know from police now, Ayanda, is that while those 3 individuals were escorted out of court yesterday and taken in for questioning and profiling, they were later released. So by late yesterday afternoon into the evening, they had been released. But what we hear from police is that they're looking for 4 other individuals. Now, we understand those 4 other individuals, Ayanda, were individuals who are understood to have fled the court precinct. That is what the latest we heard from Athelenda Mate, the South African Police Service spokesperson, and this was late yesterday evening, just to get an update of what exactly the status was. So while we may not see anything in terms of security that is heightened at this particular stage, we will certainly monitor when the prosecution team does arrive. But what we do know is that the police are looking for 4 individuals who they say had fled this particular area, and there was no indication, and I really don't want to speculate on it, when the so-called hit or when the so-called attack was going to take place. So what seemed to have happened yesterday is they believed, as they indicated, that they were relying on intelligence, and they believed that they needed to thwart what was taking place inside court for whatever belief. I also, in a later interview yesterday with Athelenda Mate from the South African Police Service, she did speak about some gadgets that had been confiscated from some individuals, and some of those gadgets, of course, will be analyzed to see if there's been any communication about this alleged plot to eliminate part of the prosecution team. So we'll certainly get details. And you must remember yesterday as well, Ayanda, is that none of this had been placed on record. In fact, court had been adjourned, and after the legal teams had gone to the judges' chambers, after the witness, who is currently on the stand, Sifiso Gwabini Zungu, alerted the court to the fact that police were escorting the individuals that he comes to court with outside the courtroom. That's when we learned that something was taking place. And after court had adjourned, would come back, nothing had been placed on record in terms of what really was taking place. And it took a call to the police to get an understanding of what happened, and that's where we heard that a case of conspiracy to commit murder had been opened, and police believed that the prosecution team were under threat.
Sure, such an important story that we'll certainly keep a close eye on. Chriselda Lewis, live to us there from Pretoria.